Welcome to Scriptmas. Today we are talking about goal setting. Everybody should know their goals when they're starting to write a new project, but this is especially helpful for my folks that have a million ideas swirling around in their head and they can't figure out what to do next. So before we commit to an idea, we want to know what this script is going to do for us. Why do we want to write it? Are you trying to learn the medium or a specific genre? Is this a portfolio piece? Are you trying to sell the project? Different goals will require different projects. Also, what's your deadline? Be realistic about your bandwidth, the deadlines that you have coming up, and how much time you have to dedicate to the project. If you're trying to write 2 new samples before May, because that's when the fellowship deadlines are, you may not want to choose the really complicated project that you know is going to take you forever to research and execute. At the end of the day, writing anything is really hard. And so you should pick whatever you're most passionate about because you're going to be with this story for a pretty long time. Comment below what your primary goal is for your project. Why do you want to write it? Once we figure out which ideas align with the goals that you have, there are a few other things that we want to consider to help you further narrow it down if you need to. First is process. Of the projects that you're thinking about writing, which ones play to your strengths? Or which ones are something that you struggle with that you actively want to get better at? This is kind of just a different view on goal setting in terms of picking a project that can either further our craft or further our portfolio. This will also give us a good idea of timeline based on our skill set and process relating to the project that we're doing. For example, my brain breaks when I try to do things that are non-linear or anything that has to do with time travel or mysteries that have really complex clue paths that I need to figure out or period pieces that I know I need to research. I know that there's going to be a longer gestation period for those projects because I need time to figure all of those things out before I start writing. The thing we want to think about is your personal connection to the project. Why are you the person to write this story? So consider your unique perspective, personal experiences, and things that can connect you to this story. The show can be about an alien on Mars. That doesn't mean that you don't have a personal connection to the story, you know? Another way to think about this is what your personal point of view on the subject of the story is. If you have a unique take, if you have a unique point of view on something, that's another really great way to connect you to the story and a great way to differentiate something that might be similar to other projects. If you're writing something where there are a lot of projects that are very similar, for example, a group of people in their 20s trying to make it in the big city, everybody's written a version of that story, right? But what makes yours specific and unique to you? The last thing, which I probably think is the most important for this stage of the process, is execution. Which idea is the clearest in your mind right now? Great litmus test is, of the ideas that you're considering, which one can you succinctly pitch out to a friend at a party? Because that's the one with the most momentum that I can feasibly figure out. So for each of the ideas you're considering, think through these 3 questions. Is it a process fit? Do you have a personal connection to it? And execution clarity. Do you have an idea of how you'll pull this off? If something checks all 3 of these boxes, that's probably the project to pick. Your other ideas will be ready and waiting when you need them. See you tomorrow.